everybody, how's everyone doing? I'm Mega Kita here. Maybe not everyone favorite, but maybe anyone who always know me will be called the Yabai old man cat here. Anyway, here we are having Rizi-san. How about you do yourself?
It's Rizi. Hello, and this is Rizi. As always, I will be pulling the strings as every stream, much as possible.
Well, I mean, like personally, I've been doing live stream more likely than video. I'm still trying to set out the video, but the one thing is that I kind of like playing cheat right now. You know what I mean? Like, this is the first podcast I'm doing, and kind of like uploading it. So basically, it will be I record the video, talk about it, and then after that, upload them. And I'm not gonna edit them, not gonna do anything to them, just pure upload. So if I talk about anything rubbish during the recording, it's either I see it, yeah, I won't upload it, or if I just upload it, I'll just at the end of the day, I'm still gonna delete it because the file might end up being too big for my computer. And I mean, like, imagine if my computer say, "Oh, the file is corrupted," or at least, "the file have been over the limit of your computer. Please try it again." And I'll be like, "No, it was such a fun talk."
Oh God, that is actually one of the it's not bad, but at the same time, the worst nightmare that not just streamers but also video uploaders have.
I mean, the one good thing is that at least I don't need to edit it, the video. All I need to do is just talk for around 1 hour or so. Sometimes maybe less, sometimes maybe more, sometimes maybe I don't know. And the only thing is, I'll just say that I'm not gonna. I mean, I'm still doing some recording on my own, like quote of the week. There's also the Japanese lesson that I'm still trying to come up with a better way of improving on it, making it as short as possible, but at the same time making out there where people like learn one word per day and then they will be happy with it, something along that way. But with how busy I am in real life right now, even though I'm quit my part-time, I had no income, but the worst thing of all, I would just say that that doesn't mean I'm free. I still got a lot of stuff to pack up. Cleaning out my house is one thing. But the thing is, right, I don't really talk about this on my live stream, is that I still need to kind of prepare on the going back to Singapore, probably when, I don't know, but a lot of stuff I had to do. I mean, like, the visa is going to expire soon in Japan, so for my case, and it's kind of hard to kind of renew it at the moment because I hit my limit at the moment because of the coronavirus. It's already they ease out the restriction, so it's like, I can't do anything about it, but if I can extend it, it'll be good. But if they say I can't extend it anymore, I'll be like, I tell my mom actually, my mom actually say, "Amma, come back home lah! Why you stay in Japan so long?" Yes, Mom.
I will actually get that. If I have that chance, I will be doing the same thing. Stay out of the country as long as I can. Okay. I know it sounds bad, but there's actually benefits from that one. Okay, it's not 100% bad.
Well, I have to agree with that. I mean, like, actually, for everyone, I always talk about this a lot. I think I told everyone is like, you can go to overseas. Like, if you want to go to a country, you can stay in the country, not really as for study or whatsoever. More likely, I think I would just say, like, maybe just go for a vacation, 1 week or so. The one thing I think I thought about this long as a Japanese broadcaster at the time. Basically, meaning, in case anyone need to know, I used to broadcast by speaking only in Japanese in a variety app when I started out streaming. Is that there was no English speaker at the time. I was just purely speaking Japanese. And I talk about this a lot in the past, was that if to the Japanese people, is that if they got a chance, they can go to a country like Singapore, Malaysia, or any, just only for vacation. Don't bring all your money, don't bring all your property, just bring a little bit of money that you can spend on and go to the country for vacation. Especially as in Malaysia, you do not want to bring too much money. Because you
okay. Anyone that came to Malaysia, they will know it's not close, but mostly your money is gonna go into food.
Clothes is one thing. It's mostly when you visit Malaysia, it's more about the cuisine. I mean, like, if you have to spend a little bit more money, you have to keep a little spend money on your side to buy maybe a few stuff, but you do not want to buy item from Malaysia. You do not want to buy clothes from Malaysia. often more than not you can buy those items actually on better item online than on from shop, because a lot of people don't really know that if you buy item from shop, out of 70%, I would say actually all the way to 90, but I just say 70% of Malaysia stuff that I come across personally tend to be of not fully good quality, but often more than not like figurines, so-called antiquate are all actually considered counterfeit item or fake item. So it's like I'm not sure.
Everything is fake, but there are some that is actually a legit one, but it depending where you brought it and where you buy it.
Yeah, true. I mean, I myself have actually been to Malaysia to take a look at some of the figurine shop myself, like the anime figurine where you can buy
Mhm.
in Japan.
Mm.
I have been to the Singapore one. Around a few of them is only a few of them are actually counterfeit item. Basically, they got it from Malaysia. And I thought that only just a few Malaysia people got the counterfeit. But when you go to Malaysia to see it yourself, it's also almost, I won't say all of them, but a lot of them are not real. Because I actually, one of my friend bring me to Malaysia for a reason. Is that I used to be a figurine collector, like anime figurine collector. I got a lot of figurine in my house to the point that my mom and my dad actually said, "What the hell you buy all this for?" And after coming to Japan, I only got 3 figurine in my house right now. I still legit got 3, but I really want to buy a lot more, but I have to prevent myself from getting too much. So I was like, I still stick with these 3, good enough. A lot of people don't really know is that I don't really talk about the anime or manga a lot. It's not that I don't like anime manga. I do talk about, I like manga, I like anime, but it's not that I don't talk about them. It's just that I don't really have the option, or I mean, really the time to talk about them, or anyone who come to talk with me about it. I used to talk a lot in the Japanese version of the reality where I just talk in Japanese and we're all talking about anime, manga, which series to follow. But when I start broadcasting in English, I hardly talk about anime, manga. Is that not much people come to talk to me about anime and manga a lot. Like most people will be just talking about daily stuff, talk about their what happened, like I mean, like Rizi-san, you know about Neji-san, like always come to me to talk about her story. And to me, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It means that having, like, you know, like the feeling where not about an elder brother listen to a younger sister. I mean, in my case, I would more like more act like more like elder brother to everyone here. But every time when I always talk about I'm an old man, because I'm at my age, I already got a few friends on my age that already have their own children, ranging up to, I don't really want to list them all out, but I got one of my friend who have a son who is already is already in the primary school grade already. And I have the person to call me some sort of like a father figure. You know, like in Christian they call it all the like another person, the godfather or some sort of father, whatever. So I really been called a father. I really called an uncle back in Singapore. I really called an old man by an old lady in Singapore. I really got called by a young kid a father figurine. So I do act like a father figurine to probably in many people's eyes. Which the reason why come across that a lot of people initially call me Ame Mama, because I act like motherly figure more than a fatherly figure. It was before when a person called Hanako-san, who came to my podcast and noticed, like, she went to come to my podcast and she was asking about it. I think it was Hanako-san. If not, if it might be another person, my memory sometimes plays trick on me. But the one thing I can assure is that it was a Japanese who actually asked everyone, why Mama? Why not Papa? She was like, isn't Ame a guy? And everyone, and I think I remember it was Kira-chan at that time was like, Ame Papa. So after that, it became I been called Ame Papa by many people and I know a few still call me brother because anytime when she came to my podcast, and she was actually a Singaporean who so happened to enter Japan podcast, the Japan server in reality, and she come across me, and she was actually a shocked to learn that I was a Singaporean at the time. So I was like, oh, I'm a Singaporean. You're a Singaporean. And wait, why are you in JP's? Why are you in the Japanese servers? And I was like, I'm staying in Japan. Obviously, I will be talking in Japan. So it became after that. Eileen in her circle, she know about other people like Kathleen and the others, and that's where you guys start to come across me. Is that I've been in JP server without getting any follower on Rarity. But if anyone can, I mean, like the funny thing in Rarity is that you can search for anyone through any server. You can visit anyone through any server. But if you are in a Pacific server, the recommended list will only show you that Pacific recommended server. But that doesn't mean people from any other server cannot come and find me in Rarity. It's that you can find the person in Rarity. It's just that when you are in a Pacific server, the app will only link you to Pacific server recommendation. It doesn't mean that you can't visit another server for whatsoever reason.
Okay, let me correct you for that one, because something you know about the point system in Reality, right? And recently that Reality put on the rank system. They actually plays a part right now.
Yeah, it used to. I mean, like you play a part, like they only recommend this in the 4th year of Reality. You know, previously, I mean, in case anyone need to know, Reality actually started as a Japanese only broadcast live stream apps. You know, like there was only Japanese people. There wasn't any almost none English speaker other than me at the time. And a few handful other people that I am aware of. But most of them has because after gaining the global audience, even I stopped speaking in Japanese and hardly talk to some of my Japanese broadcaster or viewer that I come across myself. It's like it's not that they don't come to find me or whatever. It's that I hardly speak in Japanese most of the time, and I haven't visited some of them. The one thing I actually remember, there was actually 3 or 4% that start out together with me at the same time. I remember it was called Kureno. One of them is called Ayakas. There was Ayaka-san. There is Iko-san. No, Iko-san is actually more longer than me. Ayaka-san. Then there is the Kureno-san and Kisama-san. Three of them, and Iko-san technically a bit way faster than 3 of us. Or 4 of us. So for the one thing is, I remember we all 4 of us. We all started in 2021 April. It started in April. We all start like a different day. It's not that we start of the it's like more like the same generation. But the one thing we do talk about, right, is that we tend to talk in Japan. We tend to talk about our daily life, about stuff, and sometimes they know that I'm and out of 4 of them, out of 4 of us, I've been deemed the weirdest.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by being the weirdest?
Hey, it's not that I want to be called weirdest. I know a lot of people will call me Yabai for a reason. It's not that I started Yabai from the past, okay? It's because I start out talking. I mean, like you guys know me when I use different voice to talk, right? Right?
Yes.
Why the sudden silence? Giotto mate! I know I'm being weird, but I'm not that weird, okay? I'm the normal human cat. I mean, your normal human VTuber. Oh my goodness. That doesn't sound very right. But anyway, the one thing I can assure you guys is that I tend to speak like in. They call me the Mickey Mouse. Some of them call me Goof, and some call me I even one time try to speak like Kisama-san. Basically, when Kisama comes, I try to speak in some sort of Yakuza sound, and it caught a little bit of audience at the time for a short while, like speaking the weird thing. And then Kureno-san is like me, and we talked about our daily life, our daily stuff, talk about this and that. And for Ayaka-san and me is that mostly I only because she doesn't open collab, so mostly it's me interact with her through comment, and I only listen to her about some daily stuff, like some music and whatsoever. So there was actually way more other streamers that I can list out. But if I have to say, when I first started out, it's like 4 of us around the same period, and we get to know each other. Haven't met them once in real life before, but I can we do talk Ayaka-san, I do still go to her podcast because her podcast tend to be at late night. And that's most of the time you guys know that I try to end my podcast at around 12. Because if I end my podcast at around 12, it means that I'll be going to her to Ayaka-san podcast to listen and chat with her a little bit more before I go and sleep. If I don't sleep, she was actually the one, if I have to be honest, she was actually one of the people who I actually talk with throughout the night. Basically, she can talk for like freaking so long. From she normally tend to start her podcast in Japanese timing around 11 or 12 p.m. If she do a short one, it'll be like for a few minutes. But if she talk very long, she can actually do her podcast all the way to the next morning, like 5 or 6 a.m.
It's the longest one that she have done.
Yeah, it's always that, and she always start her podcast and around this period, and we have been streaming for around. I've been streaming and going to her podcast most of the time when I can, but the only thing is that I haven't been to a podcast on a regular basis. I used to be a regular basis, but she also know that I've been doing my own podcast, so she understand a lot. Another two person, Kureno-san and Kisama-san, is that Kisama-san did something funny and he gained a lot of audience. Kureno-san is because, if I have to be honest, her voice is really nice and very calming, but not really that calming, but it's more like the cheerful calming type. So a lot of people like her, and the funny thing is that she always she always talk about Shiroi Kaisha, which means the white company, which is different from the Kuro Kaisha, which means black company. So she always say that we're in the white company, not the black company. Though it's like she got the cheerful funny type. And only I think it was like last year when I was telling them that I start as I want to do VTubing, like as in VTuber, like upload to YouTube whatsoever. Kisama-san also gained his own one. So Kisama-san got his own VTube his YouTube channel. Kureno-san got her one too, and if anyone need to know, if I got the chance, I will put their link on the. If I will try to share the link, if I can find if I can ask for information. If they find with it, then I will put the link in the description. If by the time this podcast come out, if not, if they don't give me the permission, then sorry. I hope you guys can understand. But the one thing is that the reason why I talk about them is that out of the four of us, only three of us start VTubing, like in terms of VTubing stuff. And Kisama-san is still very funny. Which basically, anyone need to know, Kisama-san can mean in two words. It's basically, it can mean a nobility, but often more than not in current situation in Japan, Kisama is actually a very nasty way of referring to you. It used to be a very nobility way of referring to you or a person of high status, but right now it's being referred as you in the Yakuza way. Kisama ya!
Okay.
It's like, Kisama! Nani yaderu! It's like...
When you say that word, it sounds familiar for some reason, but I was like, it can be the Yakuza one, right?
It was! It was, because it was a little popularized by the Yakuza style though. It wasn't... Okay, you have to be honest that it wasn't that bad, alright? It wasn't that bad. It's just that when people start using it in the nasty way, obviously it's gonna be well known in the nasty way somehow. You know what I mean? So it was later on. A lot of people, when I was saying the Kisama, it's like he was really called that, and I actually refer him in the Yakuza way, so he know me. For Kureno-san, her VTube, I mean, like, she actually upload a lot of short video. It's like. And to be honest, as a content creator, I'm actually jealous of her.
Yeah.
I have to be honest though. I mean, like, the highest count I ever seen in her podcast. I mean, she actually got more subscriber than me. Like, she got 200 plus subscriber. I only got 100 plus subscriber. You know, we got two different subscriber count, and she actually got video up to 1K. One of her short actually reached all the way to 1K. You know.
that how long does it take?
I actually
Like
started. I mean,
it's quite a lot.
I mean, the one thing is that was one of the latest shot, and one of the thing is that she did a lot of contents like from drawing to playing game. I mean that one of the content, one of the videos that she uploaded was how I spent 25,000 Japanese yen, and I was like, she buy a lot of different small type does a lot of discounted or cheap game, which to be honest I was like, wow, she's gonna play a lot of different games. Hopefully she will scream all of them. But if anyone know me like very very well, and I tend to talk about it a lot, is that you guys know that when I buy something, it's always tend to be very expensive, and it's like basically 25K. I will definitely buy something that meant for streaming.
Example, the Yamaha thing.
Yamaha AG03 MK2. Hey, at least now that I'm using it, you guys can hear my voice properly. You
I'm
know
not gonna say it proper. I'm not gonna say the full name of that thing.
that thing. Hey, that thing actually helped me with my voice right now. If not, you guys won't be hearing my voice clearly every single time. I mean, like, if anyone who follow me at that time it would be like, I mean, the sound quality of my stream had changed like over the 2 years period. I have to admit on that. Is that when I first started, I actually used the the headset. You know that there is the headset kind of mic where the headphone with the mic, that long little thing, and I used to use that. But the thing is that using that got one setback is that you have to kind of like put it over your head, and if you want to move out and about, sometimes you forget the thing is on your head, and you get kind of like got a pull when you get out or something. You know what I mean?
That's one. Okay, because for me, due to the mic is actually stuck there, sometimes you need to sneeze and you cannot mute yourself.
Definitely, and I mean, like, imagine when you sneeze directly into the mic itself, and that's the reason why I have to have a tissue next to me. It's not for doing any other dirty thing, but it's basically the tissue is found with me just so in case when I need to sneeze, I have got the tissue next to me. And anyone who know me, I tend to sneeze either once or twice. I still don't understand why I always sneeze. I mean, I wait unless there's something stuck on my nose, then definitely I can understand what that. But the one thing I tend to I tend to use that a lot until I fed out and I decided to get and I actually tend to use them because I couldn't use that while doing the ring fit exercise. I mean, like, if I do the ring fit stream, right, how am I going to put a headset over my head and moving around, right? You know what I mean? So
Person is gonna go first before you can even exercise.
yeah, definitely. That is definitely for true. Which is the reason why I tend to end up using the computer mic, which actually did more harm than good, because the mic can capture the voice of me playing the game, like as in the like there is the sound record from the that is connected from the console to the computer, so there is the first main sound, then there is also the background of the music which I'm playing the game, right? So in the sense, like the records tend to have a little bit of echoing or a little bit of dragging sound, which is kind of weird. If anyone didn't know, can just go and take a look at my old, like the first 2 months or 3 months of the volume, and it of the doing when I was doing Ring Fit, you can hear it's very obvious. After that, I actually went and get a mic, a condenser mic with a not very good sound card, and often more than not, I always hear people tell me they hear the gain sound, like basically the buzzing sound, or sometimes they say that my mic is too soft. So I remember there was a few times when I have to shout over my mic a lot. That actually caused my throat to be went very hoarse for a period of time, and because of that, I decided against using condenser mic for a short while. So I was back to using the headset, and it I was like, I spent money on this headset. The sound card, maybe I can change it to others. So in the end, I actually worked hard to get the Yamaha. And once I get the Yamaha, I think the rest is what you guys see right now. Is that you guys can hear my voice. Like I don't need to speak that loud, and you guys can hear my voice. And at the very least, it does work as what I want. That is for sure. Just only a few hiccup me way before I get this card is that I have to work my ass out. Like seriously, I was actually more like instead of working my ass out, it's more like working my back out though. I hurt my back doing just to ensure that I get this freaking Yamaha.
Babe.
And then I have to get the cable and whatsoever. So in the end, it's like it worked out well. At least you guys hear my voice, but at the same time, I have to put full use to it. If like maybe start recording using a lot, maybe podcast would be the best way. But the one thing I will just say for sure is that having this mic does help me a lot. At least as in my throat a lot. At least I don't need to shout. Right? Okay, let's make it more better. Is that at least if I make any funny noise or any funny weird cute little voice, it can be here. Oh yes.
The one that me and Kate could not resist was when he said goodbye with an echo voice. Was it an echo or reverb at the time?
It's
And then it just cut. And it's just like, for example, you say bye bye, and then someone, and it just cut because you just exit the collapse.
yeah. I always did that when I enter anyone podcast for fun.
I was like, is it even necessary?
It
Don't get me wrong, it's good and also funny, but at the same time,
Hey, at least I'm not doing it on a daily basis. It's a running gag I'm doing, you know.
Well, true.
I mean, like everyone got their own reference. I won't say anything bad about it, but at the same time, I mean, like sometimes you need to put a little smile into everyone's face. At least that's how I feel. As a streamer, I mean, like when I actually first started, I was like actually more like I'm a rain who is bring everyone bad luck and bring away everyone sadness away. You know, as a Japanese streamer at that time. I guess that doesn't stop me when I convert to the English as an English speaker. I mean, English streamer. I mean, like, you guys still find me funny, right?
Yeah. Yes. I'm sorry if my tone does not sound like convincing enough because I am bad at it.
You need to improve on that.
Yeah, I do know. I need to improve on that.
I mean, like, I'm not bringing you off for that thing. I mean, like, at least acknowledge. I mean, like, there are actually a few people who actually find that the way I stream is funny, but at the same time, it's not that I always tend to be funny though. Like the only time I think I'll be very quiet, there is a few moments, like unless I'm extremely tired, or when there is no one in my
when you're extremely tired, for some reason you're gonna go into yabai mode. That most people know for it.
Yeah, often more than not, it always end up being that way.
always happen, okay?
Hey, not always. I believe there is maybe one or twice when I'm tired and I never go.
That is actually at the point that you are actually too tired that you even could not do a proper joke. I still remember there was once or twice you actually could not do a simple joke.
Okay. There is two types of tired. One is sleepy tired and one is exhaustion. The exhaustion one, I have to be honest, is that exhaustion and tired is two different things for me. Tired is basically when you are like, your body is want to sleep and your mind doesn't want to sleep. That is, to me, tired. Exhaustion is basically your mind is tired, your body is tired. You even if you want to sleep, you can't sleep properly. It's basically like from work. Like, I mean, like, you guys have to understand, during a short period, I was doing dishes for like almost every single day though. And just to ensure that I got enough money to pay for my rent or whatsoever. And at the same time ensuring that at least if I can get the spare money to buy some games, you know what I mean? It's like it's not that I don't want to do whatsoever. It's just that I can just don't do part time whatsoever, and maybe I can. Which is right now I'm doing no part time, but also at the same time the setback is I got no income, so it's at the same time. I mean, I had to rest out. When I went for my part time to get my salary. They were actually kind of concerned. Am I still alright? I'm like, I bought them some dangle. At least I mean, like in terms of a nice catcher, you just don't go and burn bridges, okay? I mean, like if you want to burn bridges, unless the person is really so so f out, the part time I work in is definitely f out, but at the same time they always like to show nice catcher. So in a sense, it's like you have if they are being f out but they still show nice catcher. Yeah, sure. I will. As much as I want to be f out with them, I just have to show. I have to give at least them a little bit of stuff. So I go and bought some tango for them, and tango is actually a Japanese mochi. Mostly is eaten as a snack. And I remember I actually said I wanted to go earlier, but I purposely went at a busy timing. So to prevent them from talking to me, because if I go at a non-busy timing, which is around 3 to 5, they will be like, do you still want to come back? We still got a few more days. Maybe you can work out.
Oh no!
You can...
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh
I mean,
no.
run from that place! Run from that place!
Yes, which is the reason why I have to first thing get the tango to make them feel that I'm not being bad to them. And I mean, like it's kind of a little trick, because in Japan there is always a common culture. It's actually more like in Chinese there is the same tradition. Back in my own family, is that you give a little bit of thing even if the person you don't like. So you have to give as a small catcher, a nice polite catcher, and at the same time, I didn't went during the off-peak period. So I actually went on the on-peak period, which basically they were going to be busy. And I knew they're going to be busy during that time. So I actually went there to... And if they are not busy, then I will just say, they will either ask me, do I want to stay to eat dinner, or do I want to eat something, or and then they will come and talk to me. I remember there was even one time they actually treat me to something nice to ensure that they want me to stay. Even the 3 Japanese sake that I have not touched yet, I'll be touching them in Christmas. Don't need to do it. 10 more days after this recording, I'll be drinking all the sake in my house, and you guys will be like, "Ahmed is wrong. How bad can I go?"
I wonder if he will do a John stream for some reason.
Didn't I do a...
I know that his stream is mostly family friendly, so I'm not 100% sure about that one.
Hey, I did drink. What am I talking about? I mean, I did do drinking podcasts in the past, especially when I was doing a Japanese. It's like, I used to do this a lot. Okay, like last year in April, May, June, July. I think all the way to August, because I remember around August, September 2021, when there was a lot of global audience. And I remember Singapore was entered last year August, September, this period. So before I gained English audience, I remember I was talking to the Japanese, and every Friday I drink 1 can of alcohol.
Wait, is that the reason why you got the alcohol allergy from it?
I always tend to drink the low end one. It's not the high end one.
Okay.
I only learned about the high end one when I drink the strongest one, like the whiskey that I brought. I mean, like, you have to understand, whiskey, 800 ml.
800
ml.
800
ml. Not 1 liter, okay. Wait, 800 ml whiskey at 800 yen. How cheap can it be? Obviously, I'll be drinking that.
Yeah.
It's the good stuff, you know. I mean, like, whiskey normally back in Singapore is how pricey that price can be, right? The freaking
Yeah, yes,
Singapore
I do know. I do
the
know.
Singapore tax always make it so high to the point that a whiskey that you can buy in Japan for 800 yen, you can to 2,000 yen. In Singapore, you're gonna triple or 4 times the price of that it can cost you up to like a normal cheap, like even one can of beer in Japan is like 100 yen. If you go to at 100 yen, I can bring like one can, but in Singapore, one freaking can cost you $3 to $4, to even $5. And in bar, if you go and buy a bar, one freaking can cost you at $10 to $20 Singapore dollars. That's around 60 ringgit.
I know a lot to swear, but if I can swear, the S one. The S one.
F1 Formula driving car.
Okay. I actually don't know about other countries, but for Malaysia, it depends on where you are. The small mineral waters, you know that there are a lot of types, right?
Yeah, there's the supermarket one, then there's the Eva one, then there's so many. I mean, like even Japan there's a lot different type though.
Okay, what is the most expensive mineral water that you have brought home? Like just plain water. The most expensive one.
I'm not sure though. I don't. I mean, I used to drink a few bottle of mineral water in the past, but I don't like to drink mineral water to be honest. If I have to give the highest price ever, I think it was ever. You know the pink looking with the starting with the letter E.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the expensive one I ever bought, and I'll talk about that why I didn't. But how about you explain to me what happened though? What do you mean by the most expensive? What does it have to do?
Because okay, during this time we were having like a camp, so all the mineral waters at the time did not arrive yet because we came in with a different bus and the second bus was in a traffic, so we need to wait. But there were a close convenience store at the time. So
Convenience
me
store.
and my friend just went, how about we just buy one bottle first? Okay, but when we got to the when we got to the store, one freaking bottle cost around 8 ringgit. And the normal price was supposed to be 2 ringgit. It's
Convenience.
cheaper.
That is the reason why they are called convenience store. It's not about they are okay. I mean, like in Japan, when they are called convenience store, it's really very convenient. In Singapore, the convenience store is because it's convenient. But there is a setback for convenience store. Okay, or
Mm-mm.
convenience store, whether in Japan or Singapore or in Malaysia, they mark out the freaking price very conveniently.
I still remember that one of my friends actually went to the staff and say, why in the hell sewer water is this expensive?
It's not inflation, okay? It's called conveniently you need it. So you conveniently need water. So I conveniently increase the price for you.
For some reason, I think he's doing a pun, but I just don't know how to react to it.
This will be the moment when I have to put a dot over my head if I have to, but I don't think I'm gonna edit this anyway. But let's whoever listen to this and you're listen all the way here and you're just like, oh, what do you mean by that? Just imagine 3 different dot in anime. Just go and put dot anime moment and they'll be like, well, ah, ah, ah.
Why?
Why not?
Hmm.
Okay. I mean like it's always with convenience store because you have to understand one thing is that definitely they will say that they have to pay for the employee, the fee, the whatsoever. But often more than not, right, it's always what I call a lot of convenience store, something's not more like if they mark out the price not too high, like maybe a little bit, I can understand. But at the same time, I always against going to convenience store myself. I mean, yes, I do go to Family Mart, all these things. normally I don't like to buy a lot of stuff from them. Mostly I one or two, like maybe one bread or maybe one bento if I really don't want to cook. That's all. I don't go and buy every single thing from convenience store. Because you don't want to spend too much money, because you can buy at a cheaper price at a supermarket or a bug. If you got a bargain sale, go to bargain sale. They sell even much cheaper.
Mm-mm. Mm.
A bag of potato chip, if I get at the convenience store, they say, oh, the cheapest one can cost 100 yen. The highest one can go up to 100, like the same packet, okay? The same packet of potato chip.
Mm.
In some of them sell at 100 yen because the shop is called 100 yen convenience store, so everything is 100 yen. So, okay, there's one store that will sell 100 yen. Then there is a few stores will sell at maybe 110 yen, 120 yen, 130 yen, around this pricing. But if you go to supermarket or candy store to buy them, it just freaking costs you 60 to 80 yen.
Why is it that expensive?
Which means that if I go to convenience store, if I really crave for it, okay, I have to go to the convenience store to buy it. The expense 120 yen, let's say 130 yen. But if I go to a cheap place to buy it, I can buy 2 packets. I can eat one for one day and then the other for any other day. It's like
Wait, you can finish one packet for one day?
I mean the small one, not the big one, okay?
Oh, okay. Even the small one, it actually took me almost 2 days to finish. Even though people say it's a small amount, I could not eat much.
I mean, it's true. I mean, there are some people who can't eat much. I won't blame you. Like, you don't eat much. You can't finish all thing, right? I won't blame you. I can definitely eat one packet. Definitely packet. I can also finish it out. But I prefer to buy the small one because you're craving for it. If you buy big one, for some reason it will be like, I'm so full already. Maybe I'll leave them for tomorrow. Or maybe sharing with a friend would be better. But the reason why I tend to buy small one and I'll buy maybe one or two in one shot, sometimes I will end up eating both at the same time. I have to be honest with that. But I mean, like which is the reason why I feel like I have to do a self control at time. Like, it's not that I don't want to. It's not that it's not that I purposely want to just don't want to control whatsoever. It's just that some of the chip when I buy, I have to ensure that either I buy one or two. Never, my friend buy one box, one freaking box of cup noodle and one packet of potato chip, and I have to help him bring all the way to his house in Japan. But when he asked me, I always try to eat this potato chip. Why do I only buy one or two each time? It's so that in the case that if I got a lot, I will kind of like bring eating everything in one shot. It's like it's so tasty. The chip is so tasty. How can you not like it? But on the other hand, if you buy less, you'll be like, oh, I'm craving for it, but I don't have it. Okay, I will not eat it. And at the back of your head, you'll be unconsciously thinking like, oh, I can go to convenience store to buy it, but it's so expensive, so I think I'll buy it tomorrow. And then the next time you wake up, you forget about it, and then that's one way of controlling not to eat potato chips. For me, that is my case, okay.
Okay, you're not wrong, but like me, any store that is near to my house, it's actually really far. You actually need to walk, I guess 4 or 5 kilometers, but around half an hour to go to a freaking store. So that's one. Second, like if you live in an apartment and there's a freaking kid, like your neighbor's kid, it's actually quite a little annoying because after the mom, how am I supposed to explain this? After the mom like push the button to the floor, right? Like the floor they need to go, the kid will go up to the buttons and just spam everything. So you're gonna be stuck in there. I think maybe 20 or 30 minutes, roughly.
I guess it's best that you don't even go there.
Yep. No. If that's why I like a lot of people ask me like, just use the stairs. If you live in the 30 or 40th floor, are you gonna use the stairs, ka?
Wow.
I don't think so.
Hey, it's better than someone saying jump off the building. You want me to die, is it?
That's actually what my teacher actually say. They say, "Oh, if you're tired, just jump." Oh wow, that's a good advice, huh? Okay, never mind.
I
Scratch that.
I can't believe your teacher said that, for goodness sake.
No. It's actually for a joke, but at the same time, it sounds so wrong.
It's definitely sound very wrong. Make sure that don't say that as a joke, for goodness sake, okay? That sounds so, I wouldn't say sound wrong, it's more like sound very bad, you know?
It's not even bad. It's dangerous at the point.
Yep. Probably YouTube might ban me for this, but I'm just gonna upload it anyway. Okay, what was the thing that I want to say after that I want to say about the after the situation again? Seriously, my mind can really go different topic and then I can forget about what I'm going to talk. The main hand.
You were talking about bringing a box. Yeah, your friend brought one box of chips and also something, and go to
Yeah.
their house.
Okay, the one thing is right. Normally, like earlier I mentioned that buying self control, but for my friend is like basically he would like to eat a lot. I mean, he can freaking buy 1 kg of frozen fried rice and you eat everything in one day. For me, I have to eat at least a few more days for fried rice. All right. But there's another thing that I tend to do is that earlier I think before I start this recording, I was actually cooking the katsu sandwich. It's basically if basically it mean a fried pork fillet sandwich. The thing is that you have to deep fry yourself. You have to deep fry. It's like if I buy the frozen one, it's basically a packet of 5. Like 5 frozen big one. I mean, like, if anyone who saw my my Twitter picture is that there is a sandwich very thick. We have a very thick fried pork katsu sandwich, whatever how you call it. It's like the butakatsu sando. You have to say in Japanese term, but it is. I mean, like, you can just see how the fillet is so thick. It's using the loin of the pig. It's so thick that personally I do like it, and I like it a lot to the point that I have to eat it at least for a few days. So the last I've been eating this I've been eating just purely that for at least 3-4 days already. I think I kind of lost count a little bit, about 3-4 days around that. The thing is, like, the reason why I tend to eat the same thing for like 3-4 days, it's not that I don't want to eat any other thing, is that when I go to the convenience store, definitely I'll be eating it only one meal and that's it. But if I go to supermarket to buy my own ingredient, and if they got the frozen section and you have to fry it yourself, it's still cheap. Like the katsu, like if you buy one sandwich, right? Let's say conveniently you go to a convenience store to sell to buy that. One of it, right, can normally cost up to 400 to 600 yen. But the frozen loin, just the fillet itself, a packet of 5. I remember it cost me around 600 yen. Around say 700 yen. And then the bread, let's say you buy around 70 yen. That's in total I can eat up to 600. So I only spend I can eat 5 different sandwich. I can eat 5 sandwich at the cost of 670 yen. But if I buy only one sandwich, it costs me 600 yen. If you have to think, if I eat the convenience one, I have to buy 5 times of it. So it's 3,000 yen. But I can buy the item at 700 yen. Alright, let's say 700 yen. Isn't it much better if you cook yourself? And you save out the 200 yen. 2,000 yen.
Well, I guess that's one way, I guess.
Hey, that's how I've been able to save money up to play those games, okay?
Well, you're not wrong.
You guys are so lucky that I'm a VTuber who cook on my own so that I can save all the money.
Wait. I actually don't know how to reply on that one.
Why would you? Why would you want to reply to that? You just say, I mean, like, it's not everyone is. I mean, like, a lot of VTuber I come across always tend to spend their money. Even if you look at the Hololive members, they always say, "Oh, let's go yakiniku." I want to eat yakiniku. I buy the meat myself and I cook at home.
I actually know some of my friends in real life that are VTubers also and quite popular.
Mm.
They actually did not know how to cook, for God's sake. At a point, I actually came to their house and cook it for them. For example, fried eggs.
Oh.
I'm not gonna say.
I'm not gonna ask which VTuber. At least that's what I will admit.
Okay. I'm sorry if it sounds offensive, but if that person is a guy, I don't mind much. But this person is a girl and could not cook. For Asian, there is actually quite
Bad.
yabai.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
As a Asian people, it's very yape. I mean, like, the only thing is that my sister also can't do it properly cook.
For me, if you can cook something to at least to make yourself survive,
Make yourself
I think
survive.
okay, I know it sounds bad, but at least you can still survive with your own cooking, and at least that's okay-ish, I think.
Let's just say in the most better way, it would be home cooked meal is way better because you got a home cooked style. You know what I mean?
You're not wrong.
Okay, one thing I will have to say, just to prevent Richi-san from getting too much self-destruction, what I can say, right, is that in this age and time, the older tradition, definitely most people will be saying that female must learn to cook, guys must go out to work. But as for this generation right now, this kind of modernization world, the one thing I would just say that guys can learn how to cook and girls can learn how to work. And maybe I think I already know what. I mean, like, if I have to be honest, if I want to be, if anyone say that, do I want? Am I looking for a girl? I'll be like, yes, I need to find a girl who can look after me, so that I'll be the house husband.
What to say for that one?
Don't. It'll be very bad. People are going to misunderstand it in the wrong way. But anyway, the one thing is that I really have this told by my parents and my uncle, my mom, elder brother, a lot, is that in my family, my sister and I is the totally opposite. The one thing is that when I say in total opposite, there is many things. Like, I can cook, she can't really cook.
Like a change of personality?
Personality, yes, she is the cheerful type. I'm the quiet type. Yes, I am the real quiet type in real life because I don't like to talk to my dad every time. When I talk a lot, my dad will be like, "Why you do this? Why you do that? Why you think of this? Why you think of that?" It's like everything in real life is all because of my father, who always kind of like nag at me. I mean, like, if you got a dad who nag at you every single time, every single day, you definitely will be like, you can't be yourself at all.
I don't know why, but yeah, I do understand what that one at the point. Okay, it might sound rude, but there will be at a point that you're gonna say to yourself, "Can this person just shut up for 1 minute?"
Yeah, I mean, I really got that a lot when I was back in Singapore with my dad, but because of that, I got people who misunderstand me, that thinking that I'm an introvert. Yes, I'm an introvert, but no, I'm also an extrovert. It's more like on the middle side, where anyone who talk to me, I mean,
Ambivert.
like, the one thing is, right, you guys know that I tend to talk a lot. That a lot of people say that probably I'm just an introvert. No, it's not that I'm an introvert, so I don't talk. I love to talk a lot. It's that anyone who in real life know me is that they know that I tend to talk a lot in real life already. It's just that there are times that are quiet is because either I don't want to talk, I need a proper rest, or It's just that I'm thinking about something, which actually I got one friend always know that I always think of stuff because he always asks me for new ideas. Like seriously, new idea to talk about create some style or thing. It's like it will be like, me. Every time when I was like stand there thinking about something, he will like come and towards me. Hey, man, what are you thinking about? Any new ideas? Sure. Hey, tell me. Also share a little bit. I was like, he will end up seeing all my ideas one day. And I mean, like when I started this VTubing, he did not know. The first thing I did not want to tell is him. Of all people, I do not want to tell him, because the one thing is that when I start blogging at that time, the reason why I stopped blogging after midway was also because of him. I used to be a blogger, okay. I used to talk, write about anime stuff. I talk about this. I think once in the past, I was talking about creating a blog, about a blog sharing about anime and manga. He was some sort of like a manager to me, and he the way he is like, instead of giving me the freedom to write what I want, he give direction. He give like some sort of, you must do this, you must write that, you must create this. So in the end, it's like I feel kind of like suffocated in some way. It's not that I don't understand his way of style, but it's just that at that time he resort to even unhandled way of gaining followers, which is basically using bot. And mind you guys, blogging, when I say blogging, right, it's not like 4-5 years ago, okay? This incident happened, I think I can roughly say this incident happened 12 years ago. It happened in 2010. 2021 at the time. And I mean, like both me and him was only out of the military, but the way he direction is really really frustrating. And mind you guys also at the time is that when he entered the university, he's like, I'm studying the marketing, I know what I'm doing, you should follow. But I'm the one who's writing the blog though. I was like, there was reached to the point where I just say, how about you write it instead of me writing it? It's like he always say, you got this grammar error, you got this vocab error. I remember the one thing for sure is that at the time is that I know my English was not that good at the time, but I remember the one thing is that I got few comment in the past who write, they like the way I write stuff, and they like the way I introduce stuff. But the way my friend write it is more like, how to say it, clickbait moment, you know what I mean? Rishi-san?
For some reason, this guy did not want to catch my voice.
Wow. At this moment, probably because, okay, let's just talk a little bit more, and then I think it will be a proper time to end anyway.
Even this guy hate me talking for a really long time. Even this guy hates us to talk a really long time.
Yeah, even Discord want us to stop, but we'll just talk a little bit more before we end. But let's not end it on a sad thing. Let's end it on the nice way. I mean, like, the one thing is, right, to me, when I do VTubing, it's basically like I'm writing a blog. I want my own style. I don't like to create clickbait where everyone say, oh, Ame is going to do something bad in real life. Stay tuned. And then end up being, I just went to the Japanese person and said, I love you, something like that. It's like, how bad is that can be? You know what I mean?
Not even that's not even bad.
Yeah,
How can you say it's that's the weirdest thing.
it's like, that's the thing about clickbait. It's that my friend want to do a clickbait. It's not that I don't want. I can understand, like, clickbait is basically what caused people to come to the podcast and listen. But the one thing is, right, why clickbait? Why do people in their life want to hear clickbait? I mean, like, the one thing that there was one experiment I did. What's this? I mean, like, you know that I upload a video called "What This If You Want to Waste 1 minute of Your Life." I was like, okay, if anyone watched that, I'll be fine with it. But it ended up having 26 views with 2 comments and 4 likes. Why? It's like totally, I don't understand why anymore. But anyway, I think we should really stop though. Even my computer is slowly lagging out already. And Discord doesn't want Richi-san to say anything more. Richi-san, can you still hear me, or can you still call? Hello. Mashi. Yappe. Richi-san, don't tell me that we have to end it in this way. Even on the first podcast. Wait, Richi-san, are you muted at the moment? Oh dear. This Discord. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, finally. That was a awkward 1 minute.
No, I don't know if this is even a coincidence or something. I got a message from a friend saying that it might broke, and the coincidence for Discord just disconnected.
And a nice
That's
moment.
something.
Must be.
That is something.
I guess Discord and Discord really timing our way of not talking for too long is technically 1 hour of recording already, to be honest.
Yeah, big.
I think let's end it for now for this recording, and then I'll go out and then we'll see how it goes. I mean, this is technically the first podcast. As much as I want to talk a lot more, I think we'll just leave talking on live stream. But maybe we'll just do recording for the next few days and see how it goes. And I mean, like, it is better than actually talking on live. I won't say talking better than live stream, but it's more like a different type of style of talking or something. You know what I mean? Okay. I think I can just stop here for now, and then we'll do I think I'll just do a outro for this one. So for everyone who watching this, if you're watching this, this is the first podcast. I have not even come with a bottom name for this podcast yet. Probably by the time I come with a proper podcast name, it will be up on the YouTube, and not me talking about it, but probably I'll be just talking about. I think I'll just create something about it, just something funny for it. Anyway, okay. For let's do the. I think I'll just do a simple outro for this. So if you're watching this, podcast in the morning, are you watching? Watching a podcast. But not using you're not watching 2 person talking about nothing. Oh my god. Oh god, what the hell am I doing anymore? Okay, if you're actually listening this in the morning, have a good day. If you're listening this in the at night time, make sure to have a good night rest. Don't forget to like, and I don't think, do I want to put this under Spotify or podcast? Nah. Actually, so
I'm not sure yet. How about just put it
on YouTube
as a normal version? Just put as a normal version first.
Yeah, let's put on YouTube. So for YouTube, if you're watching this in why am I doing the outro again? Okay. Just press the like button and subscribe if you have not subscribed yet. And this is Amiga Kita signing out, and
this is Rizi cutting the strings. Bye bye.